Hello, everyone. Hello. I'll just wait a little bit before I see people here. I'm super excited to be here with you guys today. I have something awesome to talk to you guys about, right? It's about stacking up those bank signs and how to make money here with Tyra Beauty. I mean, isn't that why we're kind of doing this? So this is, as you can see, is many parts that I'm actually trying to help you guys through this week and this transition from where we were with our old website, how to, I just did a live in how to, how to set up your website, where to find it, all those various different things, a few little tips and tricks in the backstage. I also talked about the Getting Started guide or Getting Started program that I talked to you guys about. Hello, you guys. Hello, how are you? I'm super excited you guys are here. So I just did of course, it's my pleasure to be doing this. Good evening to all of you guys. I'm psyched that you guys are here. So I was just doing some introduction and basically saying, that I had talked about how to set up your website, what you needed to do, if you're a legacy beauty retainer or also if you're brand new to the business. Also, I launched the Getting Started program that is laid out. It's also been given to you guys. So tonight is kind of an addition to that. It's all about sales tonight. So it's giving you basically a sales program, a step-by-step program that really helps you, create consistency within your job, within your Tyra Beauty business, and something that's manageable. Because I know for a lot of us, we start this business and we're like, where do we go? What do we do? Oh my God, there's so much, right? It's so nice to see all you guys. Welcome, you guys. So I know for many of us, it's just like, if you're brand new or if you just started or are relaunching your business, you've kind of put a backseat to your business. This is a great way. First of all, going to the Getting Started guide or Getting Started program is number one. Go to this and do the steps there. And then this kind of is talking about the consistency. So whether or not you've been with us for 2 years or you've been with us for 12 hours, right? Or 2 hours. This is should be actually pretty informative. I'm going to give you, so what I really tried to do is through the couple years that I've worked with Tyra Beauty and seen lots of different people succeed in lots of different ways, right? And I know a lot of us were looking for like just a system, like when they start, what do I do? Well, that was the Getting Started guide. Now what we're going to be talking about is stacking up those bank signs. So if you guys have noticed on the America's Next Top Team, I posted a PDF file to be able to follow through. So you're welcome to take a look at that. Or if you want to print it out, feel free. This is also something for those coaches here. This is going to help you really help with your business in regards to helping coaching them. Like, what do I do? How do I do this? So first and foremost is you do the Getting Started guide. And then you go on to sharing with them the stacking up the bank signs. And then the third part, which I'm going to be talking about later this week, is, what did I call it? Living a life of more, building a life of more. And that talks about really the duplication process of being able to do what I'm talking about. Okay, so without further ado, I'm going to share with you guys some tidbits and basically a sales system that will really help you and your entire crew be able to really get what they're wanting out of Tyra Beauty. So just to let you guys, there are many ways, right? Many ways of approaching this business, which is kind of the beautiful part about this business, right? What I'm going to lay out for you today is a way for you to stack up those bank signs so you can start helping with paying down your credit card debt, right? Paying off your student loans, having some money of your own so you can buy maybe that designer handbag, right? Who wants a designer handbag? I do. I'm a sucker for accessories. I love accessories. But whatever your goals are with this Tyra Beauty business, whether or not it's, getting free makeup, right? Whatever it is, and you started it really as a customer and you're just wanting to, earn a little bit of free makeup. It's really kind of incredible how it can simply, easily build on itself. So what I'm going to share with you guys tonight is really how to do all that, right? How to pay off your student loan, how to pay off your credit cards, maybe get a little extra money so you can not worry about that, your rent payment maybe, or a car payment. Whatever it is that you're looking for, we're going to help you there, okay? So, there you go. I'm like looking at my notes. Okay, the beautiful thing about this business, right, is that it's yours. And that is, you get to be your own boss, right? That is what's incredible. And there's, but that is also, to be honest with you, that is part of what is difficult about this business, is that it is up to you, right? It's up to you to see success. It's not about your upline. I hate to say that. It's not about what's available to you. You are the one that's going to make this successful. Okay? And really, you got to believe that. So if you have a question about your business, guess what? Ask it. Ask somebody, okay? If it's your upline's not answering, go to somebody else. And I know I'm getting those answers or getting those calls because people are reaching out to me. And I am super happy to help wherever I can. So you're doing exactly the right thing. If you're not getting the answers you need, guess what? It's up to you to get them, and you can do it, okay? And there's lots of resources. So another resource, if you're not getting an upline or you're not doing this or there's no documents available, utilize your brain, right? And go to your backstage first, right? Go to your email second, check your spam if it's not there, and then call customer service, okay? If you're not able to do all those things by yourself, the more it is truly up to you to be able to make this a success, okay? Just got to keep it real, right? Holler, I'm getting a lot of love for that, so I think I'm kind of on point with that. So basically, like I said, there is really no excuses here. If you are committed and consistent with your business, it will treat you just the same. Now, the vice versa is exactly the same. If you treat this like a hobby, I always like to say this, if you treat this like a hobby, it will pay you like a hobby. If it treats it like a business and you're consistent with it, you don't have to spend a lot of time. It can be just a part-time business, right? But if you treat it like a business, it will pay you like a business, okay? So with this sales system that I'm going to be breaking it down here for you guys tonight I really wanted to make sure that it was manageable, because you know what? A lot of us here are having another job, or we have kids, or we have, you name it, right? We have other careers, we're trying to do this, and we really wanted to add this in on a part-time basis and see what happens, right? Who knows? I might just win the lottery. So that's what I really wanted to make sure, that this was a manageable sales system. So with this system that I'm talking about and how to stack up those bank signs with Tyra Beauty, you just need to spend between 12 and 20 hours a month. That's it. Okay? That's it. And I'm going to show you here how that's done. Again, I want to reference the document that I added to the America's Next Top Team. It's a document that is exactly like this, that will break it down for you, okay? So if you're that type of person that likes to have a piece of paper like me, I love to be able to take notes, then you're welcome to do that. So I tried to post that for you guys too. Okay, so with 12 to 20 hours a month, right? You got time for that. Anybody's got time for that. And to be honest with you, even if you've got 3 jobs or this or that, we've seen it, okay? It's about managing your time and using your time effectively so that you are doing things that really kind of drive your business. And what I'm going to show you is that there are things that you do on a daily basis that if you were mindseted about your business, it would take off. Okay, and I'm going to help you break it down, right? I love to say that. Break it down. Okay, so you can build this business that you can be proud of, right? Something that actually will help maybe your family out. Something that you can call your own. And that's something that will help and build this life of more that I'm talking about, okay? So, if you stick to these consistent actions that I'm going to be talking about, that I also break down into the Getting Started program, these actions, you're bound to find success, okay? Because with this business, it's all about consistency and it's all about reaching out, okay? And creating rapport with other people. And we're going to talk about that, okay? So if for those who are following me, I am in number 1, right? What is the number 1 thing that you want to do to stack up those bank signs? Anybody guess? You want to give me some guess? What do you think you need to do? Number 1, you need to do what you need to do. It's pretty simple. To stack up some bank signs, you got to sell. That's what we do here, okay? Just keeping it real. So the number 1 is basically challenging yourself to not just stay active, right? $167 a month. Yeah, okay, sure, 1 or 2 tie-overs here or there. To really untap the compensation package here with Tyra Beauty. It's about sales. And I just want to just keep it real. And it's not a lot of sales. It's just it might be for some a little bit challenge. And that's okay, you guys, because if it's a challenge for you, guess what? If you do these consistent actions, you will get there. You will find success. So the challenge to yourself is sell between $500, yes, I said $500 to $1,000 a month. Now, just selling that amount, let's say $500, you are earning 35% off of your own personal sales. And to be honest with you, with this business, the only thing that you can control is what you can do, right? Because when you start growing and having more people, you kind of want to motivate them and do all of these things. But to be honest with you, it can and cannot work. What you can control is what you do, okay? So challenging yourself to make that $500 a month, if maybe plus, right, 1,000, you get 40%, right? Even better. That's my goal every month, is $1,000 at least, and I probably will top that. And so 500 to 1,000. Now, I'll just tell you, there are examples of people far exceeding that. Jerica here always does between $2,000 to $3,000 a month, okay? I usually do about $2,000 or $3,000 a month, okay? There are, it varies, but it's not impossible, is what impossible. What the heck is that? It's possible. So it literally is possible, okay? So it's more than being active, right? It's more about who just wants to be active, right? If you're here, you're wanting to stack up those bank signs. So we're here to, help you earn that extra tank of gas, earn that car payment, or maybe even retire your significant. Your significant might be you. Okay? So let's break that down. How do I make, okay, Sandra, okay, so you're saying I need to make $500 in either personal sales and or purchases to unlock the compensation package. Now, what do I mean by that? So at $500, unlike our old comp plan where you had to have leaders and you had to have this whole complicated system, no more of that finagle, ladder thing and crazy, okay? Really, all you have to do is sell $500, and if you happen to have team all the way from level 1 or level 2, they call it, level 2 to level 9, you earn off of that between 4 to 6%, simply by selling $500. Simple, simple, simple. That's all you have to do. That's why I say you need to put in your mind a challenge of $500, okay? I know I'm making an emphasis and an emphasis and an emphasis, but to be honest with you, everything after this is icing on the cake, because number 1 is about sales. Okay? And you need to put in your mind, and it's very possible, that you can sell $500 a month. And I know you can, because I see a lot of people doing it. Okay? And plus, okay, if you do these consistent actions. Okay, so what are these consistent actions that you keep talking about, right? Hello? Okay? So by using this Fierce CEO, or Fierce Beauty CEO Getting Started Guide, or program, I step you through how to create consistency in your actions to build a biz that will grow. Okay? If you have 15 to 20 hours a month to dedicate to this business, you can build a life of more too, simply by sharing. Okay? So number one, let's break it down, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There. We're going to break it down for you guys. Okay, so if you are just joining us, if you're wondering what this document is all about, I have posted it on the America's Next Top Team. It's called Stack Up Those Bank Signs, and you're welcome to print it out and follow me. So you also can take notes, okay? So the 5-3-2 method, you start your actions, your monthly actions, your daily actions with the 5-3-2 method that I talk about, okay? What is it? So if you haven't heard about the 5-3-2, let me do a real quick run over. So the 5-3-2 method is a daily action that you take on your business to create connection, because guess what this business is all about? It's about sales, but it's about creating a connection with people, okay? So the more connections you have, the more conversations you have with people, the more social you are, then talking about with people, right? Not always necessarily about Tyra Beauty, but just connecting. And that's the 5-3-2. So it's 5, okay? So there's 5, you want to reach out to 5 people a day. Now, as I said, it's not always about Tyra Beauty. So those 5 people are really kind of what you're doing already. Saying happy birthday, hey girlfriend, what you doing? You want to go for a cocktail? Whatever it is, right? That is 5 people a day, okay? So 5 people a day you just want to reach out with, okay? Then you want to follow up with 3 people. Okay, now what do I mean by following up? Now, following up, I try to take a little bit more with the biz. So if somebody expressed interest in either the products and or the opportunity, that's the follow-up. And there's lots of different ways of handling this whole sort of 5-3-2, the what list. If you're a paper person or you're an internet person and have the list, feel free to use whatever system, but create a system for you to be able to know when you follow up with those people, okay? Don't just take your brain for it, because honestly, your brain doesn't always tell you the truth sometimes. So, I mean, I know I contacted her last week, and you're like, I didn't contact her till last month, okay? So I got caught in that the other day. I was like, oh God, Sandra, hello. So the 2, what is the 5-3-2, right? The 2 is adding 2 new people to your what list every day. So that might be somebody in the office that you just thought of, like just bam. Or you're riding in the car, you're like, oh my God, I never thought about her or him, you know, or oh my God, that salon. Oh my God, I should totally put that salon in there. There is always 2 new people. You should always constantly have a fresh list, okay? So what that's gonna give you is more opportunities to reach out, okay? So that is basically, I broke it down, 10 minutes a day of doing that 5-3-2 method. And to be honest with you, it's probably less than that, but I was being very liberal because I know I've been doing it for a while now, and it literally takes me 5 minutes. And of course, I double that 5-3-2 and then create higher results. So just FYI, if you want to do 10-6-4, go ahead and do it. You'll just get better results. But at least on a daily basis, do the 5-3-2, okay? So that's a total of 5 hours in your month, spending daily on connecting, about 10 minutes a day, okay? So now you want to schedule parties, right? Now, basically scheduling what I call two tie-over shows per month. Okay, so a tie-over show can be done virtually through, we always have one with America's Next Top Team once a month, at least, sometimes 2, okay? Last month we did 2. So you're always welcome to join in on the virtual party. Now that's a tie-over show, right? Bam, good, done. Now another show that you could do is another virtual party. If you're finding great success, great. But I also challenge you to reach out to your community, reach out to your friends, reach out to your family, day and have a tie over show, which is what you typically think, you know, gathering a bunch of girlfriends and showing them the products, okay? It's just like a Tupperware party or an Avon party or a Bubba, whatever it is, that's exactly what a tie over show is it's basically a gathering of people and you're presenting the products. Now, just to let you guys know, I'd like you to refer to the Let's Get This Party Started guide to share how to do a physical and virtual tie over show. Okay, so that's an additional document that I've created that I worked with a lot of people the other day, which was awesome. Sue, Teresa, iPhone. I keep on forgetting her name. It was horrible. And Jeannie was there. I think there was a few of other people. We talked about basically creating basically a show. And just to kind of give you an idea, we created an intro. We kind of showed you a few little scripts on how to do some things. So we've got some really great, there's a backup document that's going to come after this training. So just to let you know, I haven't had time to type it out. So got to keep it real, right? Okay, so you've done your 5-3-2 on a daily basis. You're doing your 2 tie-over shows a day, and that is about 2 hours for a tie-over show, give or take. Usually I would say at least 2 hours. And so times 2, that's 4 hours a month, okay, that you're working on those 2 items, okay? So what is that? 5 and 4, that's 9 hours so far, okay? Let's get to the 12 and the 20, okay? So then what you want to do is you want to schedule 2, right? Keep it simple. 2 tie-over expresses. Now, what do I mean? If you're new to Tyra Beauty, you're like, a tie-over express? What the hell is that, Sandra? So, a tie-over express is really more of a one-on-one. It's like a girlfriend going over to, you know, like having a coffee date, or you're going over for a cocktail. And you, with that express, you talk about or show them the products, okay? So it's somebody who has expressed interest, but maybe not a lot of interest into doing a big party, and they really just want a one-on-one. So that's an express. Now that can be done also with live, right? It can be done virtually. It can be done through Zoom, which is another one. There's a 30-minute free Zoom, so just FYI. So you can do it virtually or you can do it physically. Now, I'm always suggesting that if you haven't reached out to your community yet, your biggest and your greatest asset is the people that you know. Okay? Do not underestimate that. I know it's easier for us to go online and go like this and just try to connect with people and just do this, right? But my suggestion to you is to really connect with people. And because those are the people who A, want to support you, and B, you have more rapport with, okay? And we'll talk about that a little bit into later. So there you go. You got schedule 2 tie-over expresses, right? So I usually think those are about an hour, hour and a half each, okay? So you're doing 2 of those, so that's 3 hours, okay? So now we're at 9, right? 9 plus 3, we're at 12 hours, okay? Now, another thing that I want to talk about is posting. Posting between 60, posting on your social media. You know, that can be Instagram, it can be Facebook, it can be Twitter, any of those social media, to try to, create consistency. Now, some of you utilize social media a lot more than others. If you are new to social media, build it up ever so gracefully. And that's why I'm going to talk to you about, with social media, it's all about you, right? And your presentation and you, and it's social, right? And it's about being you. So you're wanting to keep it personal, okay? So I say industry says between 60 to 80% should be personal. I think it should be more like 60% personal and 40% should be business. I think it should be definitely weighted more on the personal side because people want to see your pictures of your kids and want to be there. That's what they're there for. But also occasionally slap them with this, okay? And the way to do it is basically, I'm going to show with you a little bit more about how and what to post for both of them, okay? So that's about 10 minutes a day. And to be honest with you, you're probably already on social media anyways. I shouldn't probably count this because really what you're doing is you're making your social media surfing and or posting more purposeful, okay? So, but for the sake of keeping it real, basically about 10 minutes a day, right, times 30, and that's 5 hours. So right now we're at what, 18, I think, or yeah, 18, I think, somewhere around there, 9, something like that. Okay, so help me with my math if you guys need to. Okay, so what do I mean when I'm posting personal stuff? Let's talk about a little bit of that, because I know a lot of people do a lot of different ways of doing it. And I'm just going to kind of keep it real. I think these are the best ways of, if you're going to use social media as a source for you to be able to share your business and the opportunity. 17 hours, thank you. You want to make sure that you are, first of all, you want to be very positive, okay? You do not want to talk about negative. You do not want to talk about anything controversial. And you want, so that means no politics, no drama. And to be honest with you, don't show them that you're intoxicated, okay? If you're intoxicated and you're smiling and having fun and being professional, great. But if you're being slurpy sloppy, don't post it on your social media. It's just not professional, okay? But ultimately, you want to be authentic. You want to be the real you. So whatever it is about that you love about your life, or you love about that, you know, that excites you, or that, you know, that is interesting, right? Feel free to post those things. And those things are what? Personal. So those are personal things that make, you know, that kind of are you, right? And we'll talk later next week about branding. So for those of you who are kind of thinking about those ideas, we'll really dive into branding next week, who are leaders here. And you may know kind of what I'm talking about. But so you really want to, again, be the authentic you, the real you, okay? But no politics, no drama, and no intoxication, okay? Or at least posting. You're smiling and having a great time. You're like, oh, this looks so cute, right? Great. But don't be looking like a total slob out there and posting that and trying to think that you're actually putting a professional forward, okay? Keeping it real. Okay. So a couple examples is basically pictures of you enjoying life, right? Which is what I talked about. A funny share, like you saw a cute little video about a kitten, right? I love those. Ask a question. Now, I'm going to give you a little tidbit about asking questions. You're seeing more and more people about doing that. And the reason behind that is the more engagement that you get, the more comments that you get in there, you actually create, how should I say this? It increases your post visibilities to those people who actually comment and interact with you. So what those questions really do is they allow for people who may or may not be interested in your Tyra Beauty business, or maybe you've never seen it. It allows for them to get, it's an algorithm that Facebook actually puts in there, that if people are more active and interact with your posts, that they're more likely to see your post, okay? So my challenge for you guys are here tonight. Feel free to type out a few of those questions, because I know you guys come up with lots of things, and I'd love to see some of those questions that you may ask. Like the other day I said, what pizza would you like to order? I was ordering pizza and I didn't know what I wanted. Ended up getting a spicy Hawaiian, which was delicious. But I got some really great inspirations from other people. But additional to that, I got people that normally don't really post, don't really comment on my posts, were able to comment on that. And by doing that on a consistent basis, that gives them, they're going to see not just my personal posts, but also my biz posts. So a great way to talk about, right? 40% of your posts on social media should be about your business, okay? And remember, this is a perfect thing to remember. I know a lot of us are kind of like, I don't know, it's kind of scary to do this and that, to be on, or to do a before and after, you feel vulnerable, or you're doing a Facebook Live. If you haven't done that, definitely suggest. It's amazing. It's amazing how many people will really interact with you, and that's a way for them to virtually check out the products. So it's a great way to do that. So another thing to remember about this is that, to be honest with you guys, the more you practice, the better you get. Okay, so the more vulnerable you are, the more you're out there putting your before and afters, right? Your ugly photo of your, oh God, I've had some doozies, okay? And people are like laughing at me going, oh my God. But those are the ones that people comment the most on, right? So be creative, be the authentic you. So if it's you trying to get the kids out of the house, kind of going like this, go ahead and take that photo and then show them how beautiful you are driving in your little minivan. Bam. So whatever it is, go ahead and show a little bit of vulnerability, and people want to, get outside your comfort zone. The more you get outside your comfort zone, the more success you'll see. Right, Molly? Perfect. Excellent. So again, if you guys are here tonight, feel free to type in some of those questions that you might ask on Facebook that you find very effective. And feel free to just, if you're coming in here in a recorded capacity, feel free to add those things in so we help each other out, okay? So, another thing, basically, I talked about all the befores and afters, doing a live video, and then also utilizing the Tyra Beauty collateral or images that are out there. Now, lots of people are, something to think about when you're borrowing a picture from somebody else. This is called a Facebook ethics, okay? If you are wanting to use somebody's picture or verbiage and how they're sort of expressing it, you're like, that's perfect. Could I use it? Basically, what you want to do is you want to either comment or personally message that individual and ask them. It's a common courtesy because some people spend a lot of time on their various different collateral out there. So for us to be nice and kind, it's always good to ask first, okay? And respect that person's creativity. But just to let you know, you don't need to borrow anybody else's stuff. There's tons of stuff that is offered in America's Next Top Team Facebook group, and additional to that, there is tons of collateral that Tyra Beauty has offered to you in the social selling network, document section in their Google's documents, okay? So that's just a little heads up, okay? So the last thing that you want to do in the month, and this I think is almost like an extra credit. And it was something that somebody brought up to me, and I had totally oversighted it because I do it naturally, but it is such a great way. And so again, may not be included in your time, but if you want to have a little extra credit, this is a great way to do it. And what you need to do is go to a networking event. Okay, whether or not, now a networking event could be like, for example, I actually started a Lean In group, which is a national network of professional women started by Sheryl Sandberg. And we have a chapter here in Bozeman. So every Friday at the first Friday of every month, I meet up with a bunch of professional women. I also belong to the Bozeman Professional Women's Networking Organization, and we're having a social here on the 19th that I'm going to go to. I also belong to the Boss Ladies, which is a younger generation, which is totally fun, and I go to those events, okay? So I actually keep myself very kind of engaged in my community, because by doing that, you're meeting new people, and a lot of times you're talking a little bit about business, so it's a great opportunity for you to be able to share what you do. Right? Partnered with Tyra Banks. I help women look and feel beautiful in 5 minutes or less, right? So that's a simple little quick thing. So for you, feel free to use those little things, but basically for an extra credit, that's an extra 2 hours maybe in your month to basically, eyes open to those interested in adding this opportunity. So for you, maybe a network opportunity may be a Bible study, right? So if you go to church and you're you go to, maybe a women's Bible study, right? Or, whatever the situation, or there's a bowling thing, or there's whatever it is, it's stepping yourself outside, or you may actually already do it, right? You're already part of the cycling program, but start thinking about it from a business perspective, right? Put your business hats on and start thinking about those individuals that you're networking with and, being able to share the products and or opportunities. And sharing can simply mean by popping up your lip gloss and putting it on before you go on a bike ride. Okay, so that's sharing. It doesn't have to be in your face like, have you heard about Tyra Beauty's new cosmetic line? It's amazing and it's just so awesome, right? No need to do that. Let them ask and come to you, okay? Simply by using the products, right? Finding your it products, talking about how easy it is for you to get in the morning, etc., etc. And of course, when you go to those networking events, you want to make sure that you gather the contact information. My cell phone, which is what I'm using here, I always have my cell phone available. And I ask them if they're on social media. If they're on social media, I add them to, I go onto Facebook on the app and I ask them to like me or friend me, whatever. I also don't mind gathering their card. If it's a networking event, card is easier. And then I make sure that I add it into my contacts. And I add them to what? The what list, right? Those are those 2 new people a day that I'm going to be adding to my what list so I stay consistent. Okay, so a total basically of 17 hours. Now, 19 hours, right, if I talk about that extra credit, okay? So basically, you got time for that, okay? Everybody's got time for that. Between 12 to 17 hours or 20 hours, adding a little extra credit there. You've got time in your day to be able to do that, okay? So now, right, we broke it all down, right? The 5, basically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? There's 5 steps in that. So just to kind of, review it, you want to, on a daily basis, reach out using that 5-3-2 method daily, okay? That's about 5 hours a month. So you want to schedule 2 tie-over shows, whether or not they're virtual or physical. And a show is basically a party with people, with more than 5 people, okay? Or it can be 2 people. 2 is an express, which refers me back to there. You want to do 2 tie-over expresses, which is a one-on-one with somebody once or twice a month. And then what you want to do is you want to post socially daily you're spending about 10 minutes a day. You want to post something basically a day and keeping in mind that 40-60. So 40% personal, keeping it real to you, being authentic you, and 40% something about your makeup. And whether or not it's even like, what do you guys think of my eyes right now? Or do you guys like my lip color today? Or what color of the lips should I? So that's a business, right? So that is keeping it kind of elegant, but also keeping it real. Okay, then you also, for extra credit, going to a networking event of your choice once a month. And you know what? If you do those actions that I just broke down, you will find, and you do them not haphazardly. I'm talking about daily actions, okay? You will find success, okay? You will find success with Tyra Beauty. You truly will. And another thing that I want to say here is that if you're new to Tyra Beauty and or you're just launching or want to relaunch your business here, right? You kind of sat back on the back and now it's time to go, right? This is a perfect opportunity for you to use that getting started guide or program that I had created alongside of this stacking up those bank signs to relaunch or launch your Tyra Beauty business and find success. Okay, so this is now just to let you guys know now, right? It's all about creating this sales system, right? Utilizing these systems that are out there. And now, when you've got all this down, you're creating these consistent actions. Basically, then you will be seeing that $500 plus, right? $1,000. $1,500, $2,000 a month. Think about if you're sharing, especially the skincare. If somebody gets hooked on the skincare, you got $100 a month basically that they're going to be purchasing from you. And we're working on an auto ship here too. So as you can see, those consistent actions that you're doing will really build on itself and create success. Okay, so now let's talk about duplication, right? Okay, so you've got this all down. Now you're really wanting to stack up those bank signs. And I want to help you and share with you how to do that. Tonight, I'm not going to be able to break it down too much for you, but I wanted to let you know that this week I will be talking about a system, it's all about duplication, right? And sharing this opportunity with other people and bringing people into this business, okay? And you know, the idea is to basically, you kind of want to really stack up those bank signs. It's time to share with others and help them earn free makeup or pay off a tank, pay for a tank of gas or pay for a car payment or whatever they're wanting, right? So that they can build this life of more, right? And really live this life of more that I'm talking about and earn potentially a career income in a compressed amount of time. It is possible because I am one of those people, okay? Don't be selfish, right? Don't keep it to yourself. Others want and deserve this life of more too. So I will be talking about how to build this life of more with the recruiting system that I've created that goes alongside of all this, the sales system alongside of the getting started. So without taking too much of your time tonight, I want to be able to offer my assistance to any of you guys that may have questions about any of the systems that I talked to you about, the getting started program that I talked about, or the stacking up your bank sign sales system, or if there's anything about your business. Now I see here, let's see here. Oops. I have a couple who ordered the clean machine like 2 weeks ago and loves it so much she just bought another one. Yes, exactly. So what's happening with the clean machine is that's really a monthly thing. So that's $29. And honestly, somebody's going to probably buy 2 or 3 of them and be able to have another one. And eventually we're going to get on an auto ship for stuff like that every 3 months, they're going to be able to, get the exfoliator because that may be every 3 months. Or the serum, I use the serum daily and monthly, and I also go through the clean machine monthly. So those are 2 items that I go through. So great, Caitlin, I'm so excited that the skincare is doing well for you. That's great. And that's something I think a lot of us forget about. We always think makeup, but we're not just makeup, we're a beauty company, okay? So if anybody here has, I'm totally addicted to the skincare. Totally, I am totally too. There's something about at night, I love being able to take that clean machine and I used to take a Clairsonic and I couldn't use it in the shower, which was frustrating because it was electric, right? I'd destroy it. And with the clean machine, I get the same results without the electricity. So I don't have to shock myself. Okay. I'm excited for that one too. Perfect. How you stay organized. So how do I or how does people stay organized? And what exactly do you mean by organized? Organized with your list? Organized with your business? Give me a little bit more feedback on that. So I am a computer girl. I love digital. I love interfacing. I have a Mac computer and I have an iPhone and an iWatch. And so I keep everything kind of really all synchronized in that way. So all my emails come through that. I'm kind of very specific about that. I also love Google Documents. I love utilizing Google Documents, the list. Oh, yes. Okay, how do you stay organized? Molly, the list to start. Okay, is that the question? Okay, no. Brittany asked a question. Okay, I'm good. Okay, business, shows, customers, people. How do I keep all those people organized? Okay, so there's a couple different ways of doing it. I found in fact, I saw one on a personal development video that I just adored that I think I might implement. I currently use my computer and I put everything on MailChimp and I add their email and or phone number. So when I get those contacts, I put them into my computer. And I also have a Google document that I have. So it's a spreadsheet. And sometimes if I have I'll put a little information like where I met them. So that helps me kind of keep it real when I reach out to them. But I'm going to share with you this system that I thought was really ingenious. So she had a notebook, okay? She had a 3-ring notebook that was filled with like business card slots, and you find them all over. And then she had for each month, so January through December. And basically whenever she met somebody, she gathered their business card and or just put their name on and information, right? Transfer that information onto a card, put the date that she met, and literally put it in that 3-ring binder in the month that she met them. Okay. And so what that does, and I think this is incredible because there's something to be said about like a list, a tangible list. So what she did is she'd gather them maybe and, reach back to them that month, but maybe they weren't interested and they just, maybe they had a family vacation and they were doing craziness and whatever, right? And how many times have you put it in a phone and you're like, oh, well, or in the text, like, I'll remember that they're there, right? And then you look 3 months down and it's still there and you're like, I didn't contact that person. I feel horrible. Or you met them at, the grocery store and you're like, I did not follow up with you. So I think this 3-ringer binder with these slots and putting them in the month that you met is ingenious because it allows for you, let's say, for example, okay, so it's April, right? I met somebody in April and now I'm turning on to March, right? I've already followed up with them and they said, contact me in such and such. So then I take that card back and I put it in that month. And so I can transfer and I put those people in. And so you can really kind of refer back to, like, oh gosh, what did I do 3 months ago? Maybe I should, let's reach out to all those people, or I'm going to send an email out to those people. So it's a great way. And of course, highlight the people that are, the better organized you are, the better. So if you want to like put customer on the little card, put customer, or, prospect, or, because they're probably both. If a customer could be a prospect and a prospect could be a customer. So hopefully that helps. So another thing too, that somebody brought out to me in regards to thinking about prospects versus customers. And a really good friend of mine, Romy Newstead, she's such a delight to know. She's done very well with Rodan & Fields. And I reached out to her, gosh, when I first started with Tyra Beauty, and she's seen me kind of grow through it. And she's got a great book, by the way. In fact, I'll grab that because it is so amazing. Okay. It's an awesome book. She wrote this. It says, "Get over your damn self." And, with this business, it's always good. Like I talk about it in the Getting Started program, is about, really diving into personal development. And this is a great one. It's about the industry and it really talks about like getting over yourself, really keeping it totally real. Oh gosh, my brain just went. I can't remember what I was going to say. I was a little tidbit that she told me, that she's told me a lot. Oh, is, prospect versus customer. And you're like wondering if they're kind of meshed. Well, she always said, start with the business and, if they're not interested in the business, then ask them if they're interested in the products. If they're not interested in the products, ask them if they know somebody who is. There it is. And I was like, oh, that's pretty easy. So the whole sort of referral program is associated with that. And I'm glad I tapped in on that because it wasn't part of this, but that is something that we're going to talk about with duplication, right? Talking about really, if you're really wanting to stack up this bank science, right? It's about sharing the opportunity with others and then sharing with them how to make $500 plus in a month simply by sharing. So, okay. Anybody else have any other questions here tonight? Hopefully this was helpful for you guys and you're wanting this, you're wanting to share this with your team. feel free to tag them. We will be posting this video on there. So you can, watch this at any time. I'll be adding this into a whole video training series that, of course, with Facebook, it kind of gets it goes down deep. So don't worry, I'll have a whole training exercise to really be easy for anybody who's new or wants to relaunch their business or refresh themselves about how to do things. To really step them through, and it will be so much more simplified than what has been in the past. My greatest sometimes I thought the backstage of our old system was kind of crazy and chaotic. So I'm refining that and making it simpler. I'm just gonna do it. Awesome. I'm so glad that you guys found this helpful. Thank you, Sue. Thank you, Teresa. Thank you, Molly. Thank you so much, Emily. Thank you, Brittany, for coming. It was such a delight to hear your success, Caitlin. Catalin, too, here joined us. Super excited to see her. Brenda, Michelle, Emily again, thanks for your comments. April, thank you so much for joining me here tonight and learning. And Jerica was here. Who else was? Shelly was here, and Michelle. We got Sura, I think, and please forgive me if I'm saying that wrong. And we got Christy here. So I think that's about it that I saw here at feed. So thank you guys so much for joining. And of course, thank you for, being here tonight, because be honest with you, or listening or watching this tonight, because this means that you want to, you want this life of more. You're looking for Tyra Beauty and wanting to stack up those bank signs. So hopefully I was able to break it down for you guys to keep it really simple. And really, as I showed you, it really is, between, 17 hours in a month. You got time for that. You totally got time for that. No matter what you got time for that. And I look forward to seeing how your consistent actions create success in your business. Thank you again, Sandra Torgerson-Gould, your Fierce Beauty CEO, helping you live this life of more. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I have a happy Thursday. And I look forward to sharing with you soon, this week, about how to build this life of more with our duplication system and recruiting system. Thank you guys for joining. Have a good night.